Battle rap fans, salutations. I'm your boy, Rule, Jam Rule. And on the March 30th, 2018 episode of What Are We Doing? We are here to discuss Smack Volume 2 and the predictions we have for this card. On my left-hand side, my guest, hailing all the way from Lebanon, PA. Introduce yourself.
Steam team in this bitch, nigga.
Why are you cursing? First off, but I like your energy. We're gonna continue the show with a question. We're gonna continue the show with a question. What are we doing with Smack Volume 2? How are we feeling about it?
Are we stopping the microwave for Smack Volume 2 is the real question. You know what I'm saying?
I asked you a question first. You can answer it if you choose.
I mean, that's the thing though.
Well, I'm going to stop you right there because I think this is a great card. I think this is a spectacular card that everyone needs to purchase on watchbattlelive.com. And without any further ado, what don't you like or like about this card? Can you explain to us?
I mean, I don't really care about YK versus Mike P.
And why is that?
I mean, this is not... it's not... It doesn't have like that appeal to me. I don't really like YK's performance, and Mike P. Like I don't really know. I just don't have Mike P. on that top tier level. Yeah, that's
so you have to be a top tier to enjoy the battle. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is it's a mid tier battle in a top tier setting.
What's wrong with the mid tier battle? It's a small room. How's it a top tier?
I just explained.
This is a top tier setting.
Yes, I believe this is a top tier setting. If we're gonna go back to
Gaddafi Green's in the crowd, how is this a top tier setting?
It's a top tier environment. You feel me? We got Averb, the return of Averb.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. We're going back to the old Smack format. It just seems like too monumental for such a mediocre battle.
This is monumental. And guess what? That's why I love this card. Love it. If I could marry it, I wouldn't. But I still love this card because it has a battle. Now, what you're not taking into account is, yes, voodoo, and yes, YK is boring. But this is a grudge match. And when was the last time we seen a grudge match in battle rap? A real grudge match. What we gonna say? K-Shine and T-Rex, Arcane and Caustic.
Hitman versus Suge. Hitman
versus Suge. Okay, bet. This is a grudge match. We don't get grudge matches often. They actually don't like each other.
Shotgun Surf versus Shotgun
Surf, man. You killing it. You killing it today, man. It's okay, man. By the end of the night, hey, man, read what's rule number 5, man? Read rule number 5.
Oh, here we go.
What's rule number 5?
Rule number 5 is as follows. Do not get nervous. Nobody's nervous.
You kind of nervous. I got you intimidated right now, but look, I'm gonna leave you alone because I'm gonna ask you what are your predictions for this card? What are your predictions for Mike P and YK, and why do you have
Mike P versus YK? I mean, it could be. I got 2-1 either way. Mike P has a bit more charisma than YK, so I can see that playing in his favor. Bar for bar, Young Cannon is better content wise, but I mean performance wise, delivery wise, like Mike P's a lot more poised. So let's go with Mike P 2-1.
Okay, you were right with everything you just said, but you were still wrong because Mike P will clearly win this battle because Mike P is still poo. This is the fact. He is poo.
These are the facts.
But YK just got off getting 3-0'd by K-Shine, and K-Shine hasn't won a battle since Rex threw him a bone. All right, and I still think maybe Rex did win that battle, but that's another topic for another day. Point is, you got to look at it like this: if the rumors are true, and YK's man was on the stage with him, and K-Shine knocked him out before they battled, he automatically loses his battle because some angles are better than any bar a battle rapper can write. Remember that. Some angles are better than any angle a battle rapper can write.
Like when Daylight had the whole Lil Pesci thing. Lil Pesci could have spit the greatest 3 rounds known to mankind. Technically,
Technically, Lopez was a better battler that night, but Daylight wiped ball sweat on his face, and he didn't do anything about it. And that's what White K is going to have to deal with. This man, Mike P, is going to wipe lyrical ball sweat all over YK's face in the fact that his friend did get punched on stage by K-Shine, who's about 4'7.5". So that is why I got Mike P 2-1 clear. Next battle, we have.
What's next?
A good one. We got T-Top versus Big K, the return. How you feeling about this? What are we doing?
I got Big K. 2-1 lyrically. However, T-Top battled JC Traffic 3. Was that his last? That was his last performance, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You are correct.
I do think he beat JC, but he was heavily gassed. Also, T-Top is kind of, his G card is a little suspended at the moment because he apologized. Real niggas don't apologize. But for the Kanika bar from Traffic 3.
Did Rum Nitty still apologize?
I don't think Rum Nitty didn't apologize.
All right, we're going to lead up to that.
I got Big K 2-1, possible 3-0. The fans have been begging to see Big K come back, and he's not a very easy opponent to beat on any stage. In a small room, he's going to be a lot more dangerous than T-Top, I believe.
Okay, you're right, but you're still wrong. And let me tell you why. This battle will be a debatable battle, an edge to T-Top. If we don't get that old Big K, if that old Big K comes back, that her head slamming like a DDT, jeez Louise. No, it's his return though. Like Big K has been so lackluster. He hasn't been garbage, but he been kind of messy, man. Like I don't know. I don't see him doing too well, honestly. Against T-Top's presence, it's different. It's different. He's going to be way better.
That's where I disagree. I think Big K is going to have more presence than T-Top because the fans were literally begging Smack to bring him back to the URL.
And you think he's just going to show up?
I think he's going to come through.
You know what? Who are you, let me ask you. Don't want to sidetrack, right? Who are you taking? Early Big K or UFF T-Top?
See now when you say it that way, it's debatable. Early Big K is
UFF T-Top.
I'm gonna go with early Big K on that one. However, okay. I'm not counting out the UFF T-Top by any means.
Debatable battle. Next, we have a crazy one. Mr. K the Menace, if that is your real name.
Okay.
What are we doing with New Jersey Twerk versus A-Verb?
Here's the problem with this battle right here.
What?
Interesting styles clash. Interesting styles clash.
Why?
However, did you say why? A-Verb is one of the last of a dying breed in terms of the vintage battle rappers, the pioneers. And New Jersey Twerk is the face of the new school in terms of, despite the fact that he essentially skipped being a PG to get to the main stage, he's still considered, a new. All the Goonies went through the PGs.
He a new wave battler. I got you.
So this is really the question of out with the old, in with the new. That experience, that sense of conviction to what he's saying. Whereas Twerk is more geared towards punches, performance, things of that nature. Verb has been known in the past to really talk to these niggas, man. Just talk to these niggas' soul, bro. I got Twerk 2-1 strictly because Verb, while Verb in a small room is extremely dangerous, he versus B-Dot, rather.
Right.
What was your take on that battle?
Against B-Dot, I thought he was poo.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean, but no. People have him winning. I think more people have him winning on Cam. If I'm not mistaken, people had him losing in the building, but people have him winning on Cam.
But with those time
was good in
limits,
that battle.
Who's the one who begged for the time limits?
They paid him what they paid him.
Who's the one who begged for the time limits?
They paid him, sir. They paid him what they paid him.
What I'm saying is, Verb is not stupid. He knows what he can and cannot handle. But at the same time, Verb is no stranger to getting smoked, especially in a New York crowd. I'm aware this isn't like a, Smack always
sir. This is in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. But I'm saying is Smack always attracts more of a New York crowd because his talent is New York based.
So you think Gaddafi Green gonna heckle him during his round?
I mean, I didn't say that.
It's gonna be 40 people in there. It's a Smack Volume 2 setting, good sir. Those it's in Orlando. What do you think? You think he's gonna get heckled?
I don't think he's gonna get heckled. However, he always struggles with the Smack stage. In battles that he's supposed to clearly win, he fails to perform. We look at him versus Shine. He was supposed to destroy Shine. We saw him on Total Slaughter. And
that wasn't URL.
He was talking that shit on Total Slaughter against K-Shine in an argument. And the way the argument seemed, it's like, if these two ever face off, Verb would kill K-Shine. Well, they faced off, and that was the opposite of the case. So, I don't know. I got Twerk 2-1.
Okay.
But you're going to tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I agree with you.
Okay.
If I was a dweeb, and I'm not, because Verb is going to 30 this man, New Jersey Twerk. It will be
Why do you say
bad. It will be ugly. Ew, look at her. That's how it's going to be. That's the description I have for this battle. Because Twerk is not that good. Let me tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you disagree. Okay, explain this to me, right? What happened his last battle? Not the gay guy he battled, right? None of those weirdos. What was his last URL
we don't care about that. If not URL, it don't count.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fact.
The last URL battle was Wavy.
Okay. Verb will never, ever, 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 ever lose to Wavy. And I'm a Wavy fan and a Verb hater. I just respect the craft. He will never in his life lose to Mr. Wavy. If he's getting nervous around Mr. Wavy, Verb is going to smoke him because Verb is a better rapper. This is a small room setting where Verb said SB to the moon, where he said hello to Dinanon to the moon. Okay? The best A-verbs are typically in the small room setting where he can get his lyrics off. When you let Verb rap, he is very dangerous because Verb is very strategic. And New Jersey Twerk is stupid. He is very dumb. And he's going to stumble.
I would like to point out, though, Twerk in a small room has not failed to disappoint. Would you disagree?
What are you talking about? Yeah, he has. He was poo against Gluezy.
Okay, I could give you that. While that was early Twerk, I could give you that. But we look at the Dougie battle.
He is definitely more of a small room battler. Okay, I'll agree.
Yes. So we look at the Dougie battle, which was, in my opinion, one of his better performances lyrically. Obviously, it was a little messy with him stumbling and whether or not he choked. I could agree his rounds were short.
Yes, sir.
Lyrically, he gave us some of the most quotable Twerk lines. After the Gluezy battle, he got QP on QP's return.
Right.
I mean, that says something career-wise. To not even have a PG, and on your third URL battle, you're getting one of the most requested battlers on the Smack stage on a Born Legacy. That's gotta stand. That has to stand for something. Stage Twerk, obviously. So we're not talking about main stage Twerk. The Mike P battle, the Cortez battle on Summer Madness. He's got some kinks to work out there. However, on a small stage, you could argue that Twerk has not yet taken a loss on a small stage.
Okay. But you're forgetting one thing.
What's that?
Twerk is unemployed. Twerk does not have a lot of revenue in his bank account. He is unemployed, meaning this is a new definition I'm gonna introduce to you guys. It's called unemployed battle rapper. That means you do not have a job that brings in a lot of income. Therefore, you have to battle a whole lot in a year span in order to pay your rent. Now, Twerk fits that same cloth like JC does. Twerk fits that same cloth like all these other top tier battle rappers that have to battle every other week in Nebraska and places like that. Taylor Jones is the same way. The Soros is the same way. Like all these, you know what I mean? It's like that. So with Twerk, he has had to do all these battles. He is rushed. He was sloppy. He was just getting nervous up there. He didn't want to choke, okay? Verb has not battled since he battled B-Dot on World Dom, which was 6 months ago.
I see where you're going with this. If I may.
Verb has not battled in 6 months. Think about that.
If I may, and this is sort of an insult, yet you'll see my point in a minute. You, from the way you're talking, you would agree that Twerk is inconsistent, correct?
Very.
With that being said, being an inconsistent battler, when has he had 2 back-to-back poor performances?
This past 3 battles. What are you talking about? The gay guy and Wavy.
Performances?
Yeah, the gay guy, the guy from New Jersey, and Wavy.
No. We're talking about URL. That battle does not matter. We act like anyone from URL would have went and battled some gay dude in Jersey and would have actually wrote their ass off for him.
They weren't gonna stumble.
But let's just when on the URL. Okay, so let me be more specific. When on the URL stage, has Twerk had 2 back-to-back poor performances?
You can say the same thing for Verb. What are you talking about?
Okay, but what I'm saying is, Twerk's last battle on the URL stage was who? Wavy, right?
Yeah.
And that is regarded as a poor performance.
Yeah.
Twerk's inconsistency could save him here because of that simple fact. He does not back-to-back L's is not something New Jersey Twerk is known for. He's known for every other battle. I can give you that. Every other battle, Twerk has a weak performance. He battled QP, was fire. Battled Mike P. A lot of people had him losing that battle. What happened after Mike P was Ill Will, if I'm not mistaken. He was fire. Then he had the debatable with Cortez. What I'm saying is it's really hit or miss with Twerk, but that could play in his favor based off of how he has been in his last performance. He always tries to best himself.
Yo, Sanhii, you ready for this RKO? Okay, in all of those performances, how many bars has he stolen in between all those performances? How many bars has he stolen in between all those performances?
Has he?
I mean, I know you've seen the video.
Wait, who stole?
Twerk.
Twerk steal bars?
You're a little bar thief, yeah. Y'all ain't seen the video that Kayroc put out?
I don't remember.
They get quiet when facts get thrown around. Anyway, like I'm saying, Twerk. Oh, it's next to you? Okay. But anyway, what I'm saying is, bar thief aside, man. Twerk is not a better rapper than Averb. People think Twerk is a better rapper than Averb. That's the difference.
I agree with you. Verb has a way better pen than Twerk ever will.
Yeah. Because, and this is oh man, it's going to get ugly. Verb 30. It's going to get ugly. Verb 30.
JC I also believe JC pen-wise has a better pen than
who cares about JC?
Okay, what I'm saying is it's a lot more than just how well you write. There's a lot that goes into battle rap. It's what you're saying, it's what you're talking about, it's your content. It's not just how well you can write. It's what you're addressing, what you're talking about. What can Verb say to Twerk, and what can Twerk say to Verb?
So Twerk's an angler now.
Can we go back to what Averb said against K-Shine? My heart is buried in semen.
Get him, Sanhii.
Very, very immature. Here's the thing. I got Twerk getting
in too deep.
I got Twerk getting 30 by K-Shine as well.
Okay, now that
I
I,
got Twerk.
I wholly
I got Twerk
disagree.
getting 30 by Kayshawn as well. I really don't have him beating a lot of top tiers.
strongly disagree with
he could
Yeah.
maybe should. That's
We're
it.
getting
That's
a
the
little
only top tier he could
sidetracked.
beat.
We're getting a little sidetracked though.
Suge is a
I
legend.
got Averb 30. Who you got, man?
I don't have anyone dropping 30. If anyone,
I
I
got
will
Averb
agree with you
30.
here though. If anyone is capable of a 3-0, I believe it is Verb. Simply for the fact that I think Twerk is either going to come with just enough to edge Verb, or he's not going to come with enough at all. There's no in between, because I do agree that Twerk is inconsistent. I believe he's capable of beating Verb. Whether or not he is going to is what we're waiting for.
All right, yo, that's a fact. All right, Verb 3-0. Next battle, John to Don versus Rum Nitty.
I'm interested
What we do?
to hear your opinion on this one, because you said you have a different opinion than me on this one previously, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, I got John 2-1.
I have Nitty 3-0.
Okay, and let me tell you why you're wrong.
Go ahead.
You're not. I got Rum Nitty 3-0 too. I'm just playing.
I don't think. Let's talk about it though. I don't think
John is so boob.
I don't think John in a small room is capable of beating anyone.
I got
We can look back at his PG battles when John was still hungry, but now he's got his own league. Like, he's arguably top tier.
Hey, viewer discretion. Yo, viewer discretion. I do think John's not good, right? But he has some of my favorite lines in battle rap. Don't let that. I'm being 100% honest when I say this. He has my favorite lines in battle rap.
Yeah,
He has all
like
my
what? What are your favorite lines from John?
They all stolen.
What?
Wait. Let him name it.
I made Magic John's son and became the GOAT of the PGs. Like, what? That is
I'll give you that. That was pretty cool.
That's one of my favorite lines. Look, and point is,
however, this is the same John the Don that gave us bars such as, I used to be a PG, so I know how to handle rock.
Hey, and exactly that's why I was going to transition. That's why I'm going to transition. He one of the most inconsistent. People think John just scores sixes all across the boards and fives all across the board. No, he is a 2-8 type of battler. The difference is he is a 2 to 8 type of battler. Like, he'll have a bar that's rated from a 2 to 10, and then a bar rated from an 8 to 10. My point is, Nitty is actually like a straight 7 to 10 battle rapper. His last lackluster performance was against JC, and he wasn't even lackluster in that. The crowd just wasn't trying to hear him.
Yeah, on Smack, Nitty does not have any poor performances per se. I mean, you could say him versus Danger Zone.
He just got off a classic in the same room. John losing. I know John knows how to beat people.
Yeah.
That he's
after the Solomon battle, I got Nitty. Nitty is not losing to a lot of people in a small room at all.
Yeah, with that performance he gave, definitely. Oh, I'm getting mad just thinking about it. Okay, I got Rum Nitty 3-0. Who do you got?
Yep, I also have Nitty with a clean, obvious 30.
All right, man. Now on to the most exciting. Now
John is for taking a huge ass L.
That's a fact. Now on to the most exciting battle in this card. Cortez versus O-Red. Menace, what are we doing with this battle?
I know for a fact you disagreed with me on this one. I'm sarcastic or not, but I got O-Red 2-1. I don't know. This is an interesting matchup to me. I mean, they're both I guess you could call them mid-tier veterans, honestly.
Yeah. They've been around since 2009. Yeah.
Yeah, however, they've never really had a defining classic battle, either of them, honestly. I mean, O-Red's only quote-unquote classic battle is him getting smoked by Hitman. And Cortez is known for getting vaulted, battling Rex like 9 times. I don't think here's my I got O-Red winning this one. However, I think this is going to be probably the weakest battle of the night, honestly.
Ooh.
And I do say that weaker than Mike P and Young Cannon. I do.
Oh man, and I might be inclined to agree with you. So, but here's the thing. On the off chance that I'm going to pick Cortez to win this, which I won't because I'm a decent human being, I'm going to explain to you how Cortez can win this, right?
Okay.
Cortez Whenever he battles somebody, bro, we about to see Voltez. He is known for do so terrible that Cortez wins by default.
Okay, I can agree
his
with
resume of making his opponent be terrible is amazing. Like he's literally like top 5. Like he's top 5. Like who you got? Clips, Mook, then Cortez, and making your opponent be terrible before the battle starts.
The difference is, Clips has still given us classic moments. Mook has still given us classic moments. Cortez always does just enough to get by in his battles.
Not just enough. Like he kind of, I agree. His last URL about he just got by Twerk in a Twerk that had one good round. I agree with that.
Yeah, honestly, and that's also a Twerk who has only seen the main stage one other time. He's battling Cortez on short notice. Like realistically, Twerk should have gotten destroyed with. And if I'm not mistaken, in that same battle, Cortez was caught dipping his hand into the bar jar. Like he opened up with that pop up out the blue like a gender reveal line, which Craig Lamar had said, I believe 3 weeks prior, if I'm not mistaken.
That didn't come. Yeah, but that didn't come out. Cortez did not.
Okay, but the Oshkosh Bagash line that was said in a freestyle by Sanhii Prince like over a year ago.
You was on every card. What do you say? I was on every card but Ascension, but you was on it. Yeah, I got O-Red 2-1 Edge. Yeah. No, I got this being a debatable. This is a very debatable. But I got O-Red Edge.
It can go one of two ways for me. Either O-Red can come with it. I got O-Red beating Av last time we saw him on Raw. It was a lackluster battle. I got O-Red beating Av, who at the time was Av at the time.
We got to talk about. We're gonna do a separate podcast. I don't know who's gonna be on it. It's gonna be battles that majority of people think they won, but you personally have, winning, and that's a battle. But I don't want to get sidetracked. But basically, you got O-Red 2-1 Edge. I got O-Red 2-1 Edge. Is that what we doing?
Yeah, that's what I have. Unless O-Red himself by default.
Yeah, the Voltez curse?
Yeah.
All right, man. Now, this next battle will not be as. One person will have a good performance in this battle. Do not expect this battle to be terrible, okay? We have the rematch of all rematches. We got Arsenal versus Shoddy Horror. Who do you have in this
nigga?
Arsenal versus Hollow the Dawn. What we doing?
I have Hollow 2-1. However, Arsenal wants this win more than Hollow does. That is a fact.
Oh, you sure about this?
That is a fact. Arsenal has been. He went from begging for this rematch to not wanting the rematch, right back to begging for the rematch. Mm-hmm. I think Arsenal wants this win more than Hollow does because Arsenal has a bigger ego than Hollow does.
Go ahead. Keep going. Where's that?
What was the consensus the first time they battled was what? Arsenal bodied Hollow, right?
4-0, yes.
Yeah, so I think based off of what we've seen in the past years, the past maybe 1 or 2 years, I think Hollow is capable of beating Arsenal. Arsenal pranked Lux into wasting an entire angle about the retirement, the retirement and whatnot, and then he's not really retired.
Shout out to Hypnosis for making Arsenal come out of retirement, man. We appreciate it. Shout out Washington, man.
Yeah, he did troll Lux into believing he was retiring just to get him to waste an angle, I believe. And he did do fire in that battle with Lux. A lot of people had him winning. I did not see enough of it to formulate my own opinion.
I had Lux 2-1 Edge. Yeah.
Did you? I think Hollow is capable of beating Arsenal. I think Hollow is more versatile. I if you look at his resume, Hollow has a much better resume than Arsenal, in my opinion. This could go either way. I think Arsenal wants to win more. I think Hollow is capable of winning. This could be a very interesting matchup. I don't think it's going to be as.
Right. Well, you're wrong.
Okay.
Twice. You're wrong about two things.
Right.
One, Hollow
Uh-huh.
is way more thirstier for this rematch than Arsenal. Let me explain to you why, because he was the first one to ask for a rematch, which led Arsenal to say, Arsenal the Rebel don't give out rematches. Correct? Because
I remember that. Somebody
thirsty.
please tell the din and the nun that I don't do rematch.
Guess what? After that, back and forths were exchanged. Okay? Hollow has steady done interviews that were 30 minutes long explaining the Fight Club situation. He sounded like a pansy. A true pansy. He will not be quiet about Arsenal. He has always talked about Arsenal. He always talks about how it was rigged, how he's trash, how his music's terrible. Arsenal has retaliated too, but not to the extent of Hollow. Hollow won't be quiet about it. Arsenal was wanting a rematch for a while, so you
I will
get paid
say they're both
because he is
guilty.
money hungry.
They're both guilty of leading each other on. Where
Pause.
Hollow chased a rematch, Arsenal said no. Then Arsenal wanted the rematch, and Hollow said no. At one
But just in my opinion, I believe that Hollow is more eager for a rematch. He's going to try harder than Arsenal because his pride and legacy is on the line. The biggest blemish on Hollow's, portrait is losing to Averb. Clearly, people don't really care about that though. But the number one thing is the Arsenal 40 at Fight Club. That is like the number one thing. And in my opinion, the second thing you were wrong about was the result of the battle. It will be a good battle, but it won't be close. I got Arsenal the Rebel. 3-0. 30. Clear. No debating. Not a single round.
I need you to explain why, because you're a little contradictory there. In my opinion, you just if Hollow has more to prove, why do you have Hollow?
Because in every single battle that Hollow has had, his opponent has been more craved to beat him. No, that's true. Pat Stay wanted to beat him more. Hollow came in there doing a grind flow against him. Like we doing that. Kayroc was more hungry to beat Hollow than Hollow was to beat Kayroc. In all those, every single one of those battles. With this one, he's going to overwrite for Arsenal the Rebel. And Arsenal go in there, call him a vagina, scream at his face, call him a G, like give him a wedgie. Like he's just going to do all sorts of unnecessary stuff. And that's what you need in this type of environment. Plus, I got a prediction, bold prediction, right? I'm going to be right about this result. Arsenal will 30, Hollow to Dawn. Okay? But in the first round, don't be surprised if Arsenal and his Jersey goons come to the stage dressed in all tuxedos and bring a pool table in the middle of the recording. Don't be surprised if they all just bring a pool table and put it in the middle of where they're battling.
This man.
And Arsenal starts jumping on and doing leg drops on it. If they do that in the first round, I got Arsenal taking that first round very clearly. There will be a prop on Arsenal's side. I can guarantee that. Not really, though. But I can guarantee a 30. Arsenal 30.
We can agree to disagree on this one. I got Hollow taking it. I have faith in Hollow.
Well, I mean, that's fine. But he won't.
Hollow has a much better resume than Arsenal. Can you at least agree with that one?
No, Arsenal has a better resume than Hollow.
Well, I disagree.
How? Arsenal's battle the same people. What are you talking about?
Okay, but have they beat the same people is the question.
It wins and losses matter in battle rap?
Yes.
Okay, then if we doing that, what happened when Hollow and Arsenal battled?
Yeah, Hollow lost.
Ah, look how it come around though.
What, nigga? We're talking about resume.
No, if resume matters, what happened last time they fought?
We're talking about resume leading up to this point.
To this point,
Okay, so when they battled, they were early in their careers. They were not. They were not the household names that they are today. Would you say that?
cool.
If we're talking about the prime Arsenal and the prime Hollow to Don, we're talking about on cam. On this is the age of on cam. You know, past the rise and fall of the X Factors and Tech Nines of battle rap. The people who outlasted all the
They both lost to Kayroc.
What?
They both lost to Tay. That's a fact. I think they both
I don't
lost
have
to Tay.
losing to Tay-Rod.
What? Right now.
These are the facts.
He
Hey,
bodied this nigga.
This is the same person that got Hollow winning this.
I got Hollow winning 2-1 both battles.
What Kayroc said? He said some shit about another cut and another cut and another cut. He said,
No, Menace has him winning the second round when he pulled the cap out of his trousers. Like he really has this man winning that battle. Okay, but
When did I say I had
no
Hollow?
won't work. I'm trying to buckle up. Body.
I got Hollow winning the first and the third.
You have
What?
Okay, the first you have him winning with that steering a ship line. You have him winning. He was steering a ship.
I
That
got Hollow winning
He
the
was
first.
barely getting reaction,
That's what I'm saying.
especially with.
So you have to get reaction.
Third-
My bad.
Yes, that's what the crowd is for.
By that logic, Clips 30 Lux.
Yes.
In the building he did, but on cam, Clips got 30.
By that logic, Surf 30 Hollow.
Surf did nearly 30 Hollow. Like,
He did not.
he clearly beat him.
He did not.
Oh man, yeah.
We're not doing this. We're not defending That's Nash any longer. When will it stop? It's not Nash.
Okay, we're not gonna get sidetracked. The point is, Sanhii, the only reason he has Hollow to Don winning is because he looks like him. That's the exact reason why he has Hollow.
He's only saying that because we're both light skinned. If anything, Jam looks like Hollow. He's got the mustache.
Chill.
Who has the revolver between you two? Who has a revolver?
I don't have revolvers.
I keep it on me.
When does Hollow have revolvers? Arsenal will get that revolver and pistol with Hollow in the middle of his family. Like, what are we talking about? I got Arsenal 30. Like, this is ridiculous.
Hollow said that in his battle against Clips. He said his first gun was a revolver. He got it from his nigga Roger. I don't remember the rest because it was trash.
Okay, well, I live in a dangerous area. None of my neighbors are called Roger, so we're not going to talk about that.
Hollow has a better resume than ours. We're not doing it.
They have the... Oh, my God. Like,
Post Fight Club, Hollow has beaten better opponents than Arsenal. What we're getting at.
Shoddy Horror?
Hollow has a better classic against Lux. These artifacts. Arsenal got beat pretty badly by Clips, who in turn got beaten pretty badly by Hollow.
Okay.
Who else have they both battled? Well, they didn't both battle Shoddy. I got
Arsenal's going 30 him, man. We already messed him up the first time. We're not doing this, man. All right, man. This is the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Basically, man, who did you have for Mike P versus Young Cannon?
I got Mike P 2-1.
Okay, I had Mike P 2-1. Who did you have for Big K versus T-Top?
Big K with 30.
Okay. Who did you have for Twerk and Averb?
Twerk 2-1.
Who did you have for John and Rum Nitty?
Nitty 3-0.
Who did you have for Cortez O-Red?
Debatable 2-1 in O-Red's favor.
Who did you have for Arsenal and Hollow?
Hollow 2-1.
All right, great. Thanks for being on here. Congratulations for being wrong. And stay tuned for the next episode of What Are We Doing? And on the next episode, find out what are we doing with the results of Smack Volume 2. Thank you for tuning in.
I'll be back to tell you I wasn't wrong.
Peace.
I'll be back to say I told you so.
Cool.
Successful podcast.
Excellent.
Successful podcast.
That was a great podcast.
Facts. These are the facts. Yo, we got to do some KOTD 08